Well, a good Saturday morning to everyone that has joined us on this Family Vacation Network webinar. This is part of our SMART training series. My name is John Dehart. I'm Executive Director of Sales, Marketing, and Field Development. And again, a good morning to you. This training, we are going to be covering follow-up. And the fortune, folks, is definitely in the follow-up. I'm excited about this training because I know if people are following up correctly, their business is growing, and it would actually be shocking to you if you statistically knew the number of people that never follow up, that go to the time and the effort to make that initial contact, to put out sales materials, to expose somebody to the network marketing industry, whether it's Family Vacation Network or a vitamin company, and then never bother to follow up with that person, just thinking magically that person's going to call them back. So this is where the rubber meets the road. The reason we say the fortune is in the follow-up, it's because it is. This is where your business grows. This is where we've sifted for interest, and this is where we move people through the process of getting involved with the Family Vacation Network. So with that, I want to start this webinar by really giving you what I consider my definition of follow-up to be. And it's really pretty simple. It is doing what you said you would do when you said you would do it. And believe it or not, as simple and silly as that sounds, again, it is absolutely crazy how many people don't do that. And I think the reason this is so critical in our business is there's so many people out there involved in network marketing that treat their business like a hobby. And it's important to recognize that hobbies normally cost you money, they don't make you money. And people don't want to be in business with somebody that's treating a business like a hobby. And so when you're doing what you said you would do, when you said you would do it, when you're following up on time in a timely manner professionally, people want to be in that type of a business. They want to be a partner with you in that type of a business, because if they're going to invest their money and they're looking to you as part of that promise and helping them to increase their cash flow. So quite simply, doing what you said you would do when you said you would do it is my definition of follow-up. So what I want to do now is just kind of walk through the steps again, where we're at in the cycle of duplication. So understand, we have made that initial contact with somebody. We've warmed with form, family, occupation, recreation, money. We got around to that place of how's the economy treating you? Have you ever thought about doing anything else? I'm working with a group of professionals. They found a way that they can leverage themselves, add a significant secondary income, increase their cash flow without jeopardizing their job, and they're having a ton of fun doing it. We've made that introduction, and we've now sent them an email that has the video in it, that has the fvnmovie.com. It's the web page where they can sift us. They can look and see if this is something that might interest them. But before we did that, we confirmed with them that I'm going to send you this tonight. When will you have a chance to watch it? So again, this is part of the presentation process of confirming that presentation. And they tell you when they're going to have a chance to watch it. And then the simple follow-up is, great, if you're going to watch it tonight, by tomorrow morning you will definitely have watched it, correct? Yes, I'll watch it tomorrow. What's better time for me to call you, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning? And so we're setting up that time. We're confirming that time. Okay, great. I'll call you at 10 a.m. tomorrow. We're putting that down in our schedule. We now have that predetermined time. And again, what is follow-up? Doing what you said you would do when you said you would do it. So at 10 o'clock tomorrow, I am calling that person back and engaging with them and asking them, did they have indeed an opportunity to review the site and the videos that are on the website? That's number one. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes people don't, okay? I think it was John Lennon that said, life is what happens when we make plans, right? And so sometimes they won't. Here's the thing. This is a relationship business. And folks, trust me, I get irritated when somebody tells me they're going to do something and they don't do it, and probably more than most folks. And this is a place that I really have to kind of temper, how I deal with that person and understand, come from a place of empathy, that things do come up. And if things do come up, great. Then we go back to step one. Let's say, when will you have a time to review it? Great. We go right back to confirming that time, getting that in, telling them that we'll call them back at a specific time, and we start that process all over again. Okay? So, and that's going to happen. So you just need to know in your business, that's going to happen. Expect that to happen. But it's not going to happen all the time. A lot of times people are going to do what they said they were going to do when they said they were going to do it, right? That's also called integrity. And so if they have had a chance to review the site, then what we want to do is we want to ask them some questions. Now, I want to start with the question we never ask. And that question is, what did you think? All right, we want to ask leading questions, okay? What did you think opens up a whole can of worms and will lead us down a rabbit hole that we probably don't want to go down into. So we want to ask questions like, what did you like best? Do you see yourself vacationing more, or did you see a business that's appealing to you? Okay, we really want to ask some leading questions. What grabbed your attention about it the most? Ask them those sorts of leading questions. And really, folks, what we're trying to determine out of this is exactly what did they like best. Did they like the idea of increasing their cash flow in our business? Or are they somebody that doesn't vacation enough or would like to save money on their vacations, and that's the road they want to go in? So we really are trying to determine right up front what it is that they liked best about that video. And so asking leading questions is the best way to do that. It's important to understand that our primary goal is always, always, always to build the relationship with that prospect, to continue to foster that relationship. Again, we're not hunters. We're farmers. We're planting seeds. We're nurturing those seeds until harvest, okay? So we don't want to damage the relationship. We want to continue to build that relationship. And here's the reality of it. A lot of times, when people have seen this, they're interested, but understand, and this is really, really critical. This is what separates network marketing from all the other businesses out there in the sales world. This is a relationship business, and it frequently takes several exposures before that person is ready to get going. Okay? Very rarely will somebody watch or go to the website, look at it, and say, hey, I'm ready to go. That will happen, but it's rare that does happen. It really is about building the relationship. And one of my mentors, Eric Worre, who we've used a lot of his training materials, will say the only reason for an exposure is to have another exposure. So we're already queued up with another exposure ready to lead that person into it. So remember, this is about building a relationship. We're following up professionally. We're asking leading questions. But remember, our primary goal is to build that relationship so that we can continue to educate people on the Family Vacation Network and what it can do for them. And so it's critical that we already have the next exposure lined up ready for them. Okay, that they're ready. So we've sent them to FVN Movie. What's the next exposure? Well, we've got a Tuesday night conference call. We've got a Monday night webinar with the Butlers. We've got a Thursday night webinar, the corporate webinar. We've got this training. We've got business briefings that are going on. We've got sizzle calls. We've got things that they can read. Why FVN? Why now? That we can send it to them, right? I mean, there's a lot of different things. The FVN booking engine. There's a lot of different exposures that we can continue to get into their hands, to continue to get them to review our business. And let's not forget probably the best exposure, which is the three-way phone call with somebody in your upline. Okay? Remember what we talked about, tools and team, tools and team. And if we did our process correctly, when I am sending out that video, when I'm telling them, hey, I'm working with a group of entrepreneurs. They found a way that they can leverage themselves. They're having a blast. They're building a significant significant secondary income, increasing their cash flow, what I'm going to do is let me send you this video. If you like what you see in this, I want to introduce you to some of these folks. So if I did that process up front correctly, it's a natural step for me to be able to now introduce them to other folks. And guys, I can only tell you how critical this step is of the three-way phone call. Tools and team, tools and team, tools and team. We're using the tools to leverage our time, using them to sift and sort, looking for people who are interested, and then using the team to help us. And again, it's very, very critical that these things are happening. Why? Because we have to step into the shoes of that prospect who's saying, can I do this? That's the question they're asking themselves. Can I do this? If they say yes, they'll get started. If they say no, they won't. It really is that simple. And so by using the tools that leverage the time, we're telling them it doesn't take a ton of time to do our business. And by using the team, we're telling them they don't have to be an expert. As a matter of fact, the least amount that you are, be a professional, but not an expert. There is a difference. We covered that on the last training. And so I want to engage the team. There's a chance, a very good chance, that upline person is going to connect with them at a different level. They don't know them. They're going to tell them their story. And people will find themselves in that upline story about why they got involved in the business and the great things this has done. They will help you to help that prospect paint themselves into our picture. That's the key to our business. So a second exposure, a third exposure, always introducing other members of your upline team to help you build this business, because it sends the right message to that person on the other end of the call, which is, can I do this? The answer is yes. There are people there to help me build this business. And so with that, guys, we just continue to build those strong relationships. We continue to expose people so that we can educate them on network marketing and the Family Vacation Network. That is absolutely, absolutely critical to your success. Now, here's the thing. Another thing about follow-up. Sometimes people say no, and this is frequent. They're not saying no to you or to the opportunity. They're saying no to themselves because their timing is not good. And so before, you've heard me say that when we make that list, the very first thing that we did, the first part of our SMART training series, is we said make that list. And you want to take that list, and if you're old school like me, you've got a shoebox or a card file box that has January through February in it, 1 through 31, and I've got 3x5 cards, index cards that I'm filing people away in. Some of you have a contact manager database. That's perfect, but here's the thing. Every 3 months, we want to reach out and touch base with that person again. And we set that up. If somebody says, no, it's just not for me right now, great. Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we stay in touch? And I'll touch base with you in 3 or 4 months, just let you know how things are going, keep you updated. Things are always changing. Life's crazy like that. Most people will agree with you. You've now gotten their permission to follow up again. And I cannot tell you how many people I have sponsored into this industry, not the first round of exposures, but 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year down the road, just by following up, keeping them in the tickler file, and just giving them a little heads up about how things are going. Hey, let's face it, guys. Network marketing's not the new kid on the block anymore. Chances are that person has been prospected before. They may have even participated before. But if they've been prospected, chances are the person that prospected them jumped from one to another and called them 3 weeks later about the next latest and greatest opportunity. Chances are they're looking at you as a potential business partner. They just want to know you're in it for the long haul, right? And that you're not going to be in something else a week and a half from now calling them up about the latest jungle juice that they should be drinking. So being professional, being committed, following up in a timely manner, and following up long term is the key to our success. And I'll tell you what, guys, some of the best people I have brought in, I've brought in 6 months after the initial exposure, where the timing wasn't right for them. And here's the thing. We are never going to change that in that person's life. If the timing's not right, the timing's not right. If they've got family issues going on, if they got major job headaches going on, if the timing's not right, we're not going to fix that problem. Time will fix that problem, right? And so we've just got to let them come to that point, but we stay in touch, okay? Professionally, hey, just wanted to give you an update's going on. We've got this going on. We've got that going on. We've got a major destination trip going to Cancun. I'd love to get you involved in that and have you be a part of that. Come down to Mexico with us, you and Jane, and, we're going to have a great time, or whatever it may be. The Daytona 500, I know what a NASCAR fan you are. I just wanted to give you a heads up on this. We just want to stay in touch professionally over the long haul. Again, it's a critical piece of follow-up. So follow-up really broken into two parts. The exposures that we're doing, continuing to educate people till we get to that yes or a no. And remember, a no is never a no. It's not now. Okay? Not now is the way I take a no, because I'm going to professionally follow up 90 days down the road. And I recommend you do that, 90 days down the road. If you're using a card system like I am, and today is September 20th, I think today is September 20th, I go October, November, December, I'm going to give them some quick Christmas wishes. Just follow up with them, say, hey, just touching base with you, Merry Christmas, let's get together the first of the year. I want to call you, tell you, give you some updates on what's going on. You're going to be blown away. Then I'll follow up, the first of the year out of the Christmas season, just given where we're at right now. But I'm going to move that card 90 days down the road. That's what I'm going to do. And so I recommend you guys do the same thing, whether you're old school like me, using that 3x5 note card, or whether you've got a contact manager. Either way, follow up for the long term. So with that, guys, I want to just really, really encourage you to take action now. I mean, we have come off in a phenomenal weekend. I cannot begin to tell you guys how the feeling I have, and I've been at this place before, we're on our way. I mean, things are really starting to pop. We're seeing activity where it used to be, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people. We're now seeing it with 20, 30, 40, 50 people that are producing good activity. And soon that's going to be 200, 300, 400, 500 people, and then 5,000 people. That's what we're going to start seeing. Guys, we're on our way. We're on our way up. We had some major announcements with the Beach Bucks and what we can do with Beach Bucks with FVNHotels.com, FVN Global Rewards, FVN Destinations. There is a ton of great stuff going on right now. Let me encourage you. Pick up the pace, right? Get up an hour earlier, go to bed an hour later, make new contacts with people, run them through the system. This week, commit yourself to 2 a day, 10 in play. 2 brand new people every day that you're calling and exposing to the Family Vacation Network and putting them into the system, doing the system by the book. Making that contact, or first making the list, making that contact, warm with form, sending them to fvnmovie.com, following up professionally, getting them on 3-way phone calls with your upline. Guys, your business will grow. We are hot and exciting. A very, very different concept for this network marketing industry, and we are the real deal. People are seeing that. Also, let me give you a quick reminder. Park City coming up a week from today, September 28th. I guess that would make today the 21st. So September 28th, we've got the Park City meeting coming up. It's going to be a phenomenal meeting. 2 weeks after that, we've got Las Vegas coming up on October 12th. Get your prospects there. Get there yourself, but do not come alone. Get people there. Get your team there. Bring prospects there. Bring brand new distributors there. Get them involved in the business. If you can't come, send them. We'll have somebody take care of them. We'll make sure you get credit for it. But make sure you're building to these events. It's a critical piece of the puzzle. And finally, guys, let me give you an announcement. We have just gone live with a brand new customer service ticketing system. It's in your back office. If you've got questions, challenges, whatever, it's going to allow us to much more efficiently be able to serve you, our brand partners, as we grow this business. So look in your back office. You'll see a brand new ticketing system back there. Guys, things are growing every single day. We're making more and more progress into building this well-oiled machine called the Family Vacation Network. With that, let me thank everybody for jumping on this call with me this morning, this training call. We will not have a training call next week. We will have one the following week after that. So thanks to everybody for being on this call with me. Again, John Dehart, your Executive Director, Sales Marketing and Field Development, Love and Family Vacation Network. Thanks to all of you, and we'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now.